You will never get to where you want to be surrounding yourself with people with different journeys, different endings, different expectations. Right? If a person is driven off on greed, if he's driven off on greed and he focuses on that and greed and wanting more money, then he's not on the same journey you're on. And he can never be happy for you because it's what is greed. So you have to surround yourself with the people you wish to be, and in time, you become it. And it's so powerful. Keep your circle small. I had to focus on what was the traumas of my past, made peace with it, right? And then that will give you the seed, right, to want to be something more. Because now you're sitting with yourself, you're not hearing these voices that's going in your mind, putting you down, words that are destroying your day. Right now you're able to disrupt that pattern and inject what is beautiful, and in time, you will again see what is beautiful if you live in that, if you dedicate your life to that. Mind and body is connected. You must train the mind like you train the body. Too many times in today's world, in this Western belief, is that I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to get jacked, I need to look this certain way. That's an expectation that you place on yourself. Fitness is important, yes, but you must train the mind as well. Mind and body must be connected, right? So in today's world, I see a lot of, guys going and females going to the gym, they train their bodies, but nobody's really training their mind. And the only way you train your mind, if you sit with yourself and you slow down that breathing and you find out what's important. What's important in your life? And then from there, that's a seed for change. It's a seed for change because now you know what's important and you have a direction. Powerful word. A word is such a strong thing. The power of a word. What happened if you get up and you had a shitty argument with your wife, and you get up and you're like, wow, what a beautiful morning. Will you not live that day beautifully? Will you not go and try to apologize? Will you not try to make this day what is a beautiful day, which is the power of a word? Right? So it's the way we look at life. It's the way we look at things. It's to live in beauty is just that. It's to embrace what is beautiful. To not be around negative people. Right? Negative people are so poisonous with their words. They're so selfish in the way that they just throw out words insulting others. They think that makes them feel good, but in the end, they're embracing what is ugly. And they're embodying what is ugly, and that's hate, right? So they're going to look at the world with hateful eyes, insulting others, insulting everybody else because they believe that they're perfect. And in the end, none of us are perfect, and that we should help one another. So live in what is beautiful. So when I say that is, you can only do that by practice. You practice. So this morning, if you practice gratitude and you're grateful for the day, and you're grateful for the morning, you're grateful for the friendship, you're grateful for the food, and you're just saying thank you for everything, will you not be grateful for your life and fulfilled? In today's world, we expect it. It's an expectation that others need to serve you. We have expectations that, my coffee, my food should be delivered this way, or otherwise I'm going to be pissed off. That's the expectation you place on yourself, ruining your day with a word. So my word is this. Thank you. But I promise you, if you sit with yourself every single day, and I'm not talking about with your phone or whatever, sit with nature. Sit in what is beautiful. For me, it's, my Japanese garden is so beautiful. I sit in it. right? Sit in what's beautiful. You sit in that and you find out who you are, right? Then you can begin to go down that road to becoming that. You have to ask yourself, how long did it take you to get to where you're at, and have realistic expectations of how far you need to go. And that's the beginning of meditation, flying down the roads. Acting out in hate because they're unable to control their own emotions, leading out in hate for others. You know, the way I used to think is, wow, man, you know, that guy's a real asshole. But now as I worked on myself, I realized that not all of us have the answers, right? And if a person acts out like that, that's because they're living in pain and they don't know how to deal with their own emotions. So mental health is a big deal, not only in the veteran space, but in today's world, because think about COVID. When everybody got locked down, when people lost their jobs, people are struggling, you know, they're hurting. And there's no practice to be mindful. When I say mindful, it's just this. How beautiful this day is. And these beautiful trees, you see? How twisted, warp, and bend these trees is very bonsai-like, you know, these trees. And that's why it's one of my favorite places to go, because the reason why these trees are the way it is, because they had to endure. You know, they had to endure the harsh winds, the weather, they had to endure the rain. The weather and the water is what created this beautiful, beautiful landscape. You know, and I often come here once a week to try to ground myself, you know, what is beautiful, and this is beautiful. Just to take it in, you know, like just to sit here and inhale nature and to get away from life, you know, the busy lives in today's world of, you know, social media and the externals. You know, I stopped being kind to people, as in, you know, being in the special forces, you know, look, on the teams, kindness is weakness. A team guy would tell you that. But what happened if I tell you that I'm not in war anymore? And I don't want to live like that. So I have to embrace what's beautiful. So I have to change, you know, I have to change my mindset. You know, I have to change my mindset. So when I got out of the military, I realized that I really needed to change who I was. You know, and that was the first step. Was, you know, when I got out, I was really depressed, and through depression was what made me realize that I needed to change, right? And that came a choice. And then after that choice was made, through my intelligence as a soldier, a Green Beret, I started understanding the mind and body, and I was able to formulate a plan which encompassed gratitude. So Tony Robbins taught me gratitude, and through gratitude, I found God. And when I embraced God, and I tell you, that changed my life. Because now you're living for a higher power, right? So that's what changed me, and that's why gratitude is so important. And that needs to be practiced in the mornings. You know, being in the military, I didn't really have a choice of who I'm around with, you know. I never had a choice of, you know, you're put in a team and you have to work with these guys, and there's, you know, different backgrounds. Some are really, you know, come from prestige background, some come from broken homes. We're put into war, right? We're subjected to a life of being a warrior, which is, you know, being a warrior, we embody what is hate. Like, we train in it. You know, there's courses where we're driving a rifle bayonet through, you know, a mannequin dummy, running through an obstacle course, you know, a bayonet course. But the thing is, we train to be this element, this fire element. And a lot of us, during the war, we couldn't control our emotions, so we bash each other. We hate the world. Then you embody that. You run in these circles. It's so toxic. And you really don't understand how toxic it is until you step away from toxic people. So that's what the advice I give is a lot of veterans and a lot of people that experience trauma, they don't have a direction. That's why they rely on the extremes. You have to break up that pattern. You have to break up that pattern and you have to figure out who you are in this world. Not somebody else's truth. What is your truth?